Hi guys, it's Stephanie and I'm here with our daily Disney devotional. And today we're going to be reading number 56, which is American Adventure. So now we've come to the very back of the park in the center pavilion. We've made it to America, the very best pavilion in the whole park, in the whole world for that matter. Okay, so maybe I'm biased. Maybe I have too much pride in my country. Maybe I'm actually lying because unfortunately, I don't think it's the best pavilion at all. I think it's good and some may consider it the best, but I think it could be so much better. Let's explore the American Pavilion today and see what it does have to offer. The American Pavilion is a colonial style building that does stand out among the other pavilion. It's actually a 5-story building, but forced perspective in the way it was designed to make it look like it's only 2.5 stories. There were 110,000 bricks used to create this structure. There was much more debate among designers on how this building would look and where it would be. Originally, the American Pavilion was going to be a grand structure at the front of the World Showcase, sitting between it and Future World. It was going to be a 2-story building. The actual pavilion would have been mostly on the 2nd story, while the 1st story would have been a huge gateway to the World Showcase. After much thought and discussion, it was decided that this might make America look too showy by overshadowing the other pavilions. Therefore, it was decided that instead of it would be put at the very back in the center of all the pavilions and built on a higher ground than the others. The American Pavilion has no ride, but it has a well-known and popular show called the American Adventure. As you walk to the show, you ascend stairs in the back hallway of the pavilion. This hallway contains 44 flags that the USA has ever used. Oh, I understand. The show lasts 28 minutes and uses around 35 animatronics. There is a computer-controlled device called the War Wagon that runs the whole show and holds all the sets and scene changes. The animatronics actually travel under the audience seats when not in use. As I mentioned, while I like this pavilion and do have a sense of pride in it, I do think it could be so much better. I wish there was a ride or even a notable, well-loved restaurant. I wish that it was obviously the best pavilion, being that America is the host country and the home of Walt Disney World in the first place. I do think there is some good things and that the show is well done, but I think it could be better. Being American, our pavilion should be the host and be a little bit more prominent. Not in a bragging way, of course, but in a leadership way. This brings me to my devotional thought. We are called to be leaders for God. What kind of leader are you? Do you stand a little higher than others? Again, we don't want to lead in a bragging, holier than thou kind of way. But there's nothing wrong with being a strong Christian leader. There is nothing wrong with letting others know who you are and what you stand for through your words and actions. There is nothing wrong with being the host nation of a Christianity to show others what it means to be a Christian. Jesus certainly did that while he was here on earth. He led by example. He told it like it is, and he wasn't afraid to stand up to his critics and his enemies. At the same time, he was humble and compassionate, and he didn't boast about his greatness. 1 Timothy 4:12 tells us to set an example for others. Jesus showed us what it meant to be a leader in John 13:13 through 17. He talked about the fact that to be a leader, you have to serve. Matthew 20:26 also tells us that if we want to be great, we have to be a servant first. I'm glad that America has a pavilion. I think it could be better, but there are some definite good things about it. I do have pride in our country, and I'm proud to be an American. I'm glad the pavilion attempts to serve as a host and leader to the other nations with its height and central location. I'm trying my best to do the same in my own life. I am trying to be a good example. I am trying to lead others to God by being a good example and through my words and actions. I am also trying to become a good leader by serving others as Jesus instructed and did. I can always do better, of course, and I invite you to join me in trying daily to lead others to God. It's a mission that we're all given. Amen. And you know what? That mission, that calling, that pull to be a leader and to serve others is one reason I am doing these daily Disney devotionals, because yes, I love Disney World like a whole lot, but I also love God even more, and I have a strong desire in my heart to do all that I can to get the gospel out about Him. So I'm doing my part. I encourage you to do yours. See you tomorrow.